Chapter 5 Blackstone Years-long night, centuries ago. Deep under the burden of the Riga Mountains, the very air of the Dwarvenhort of Blackstone was charged with anticipation. The solemn 12-day fast was drawing to an end, and the joyous 12-day feast was about to begin. Cheo, or Winterfest, would commence the mid of night on the longest of nights, and once again would bright light and industry fill the craven halls. It was a reverent time of renewal, not only for the Chaka, the dwarves, in Blackstone, but for the Chaka in all the Dwarvenholts throughout Mythior, in the Red Caves in the Mineholt North, in the Blue Hall in the Quarters and Hills, and Skyloft in Kotchar, and the mighty crag and core, and everywhere else wherever the Chaka dwelt. 12 days passed, they had laid aside their tools. All work halted. Picks and mattocks ceased their delving for treasured ores, carts moved not, forge fires died, and furnaces fell cold. Crucibles turned dark, hammers and anvils rang with silence. Neither did whetstone grind, nor auger bore. Ovens baked not, nor did spits turn or pots stew. All stopped. All delving, forging, crafting, shaping, turning, baking, cooking, all. And for 12 days an intense stillness fell upon the caverns, and Chaka thought deeply in honor of life and death, upon the proud history, and upon the shades of their revered ancestors. Yes, 12 long days and nights of brooding contemplation consumed each dwarf's life, and only calamitous war or other dire necessity would cause a dwarf to break from this inward questing for the essence of Chakadom. And this time, too, the lore masters would gather dwarves' youngers, as well as others, and speak of the creation of death and purpose. And these are the words of the lore masters. When Adon made Mythior, it was lush and green, and fish swam in the waters, beasts roamed the lands, birds filled the air. Rain and sun, wind and night, the moon and stars and day, mountains and rivers, grass upon the plains, hot desert sands, and barren wastes of ice and snow. All these and more were part of Adon's design. They were wondrous to behold. Yet Elwyd looked down upon her sire's handiwork, and saw that there were no folk upon the land. And so she set her gentle hand to this creation. Utrini, men, dwarves, werens. From the large to the small, these and maybe more she brought upon the face of the Mythior. As for their manifold purposes, Elwyd did not reveal these, though she knows what they are. Instead, she allows each folk to select their own course, to find their own way. But no folk know for certain that their choices and their paths bring them closer to her hidden goals. Yet we do know this. To the dwarves, she gave the Undermountain realms, and the mastery of stone and fire. Stone and fire. It governs how we live and how it aids us when we die. For it is through pure stone or the cleansing of fire that our spirits are set upon free to roam among the stars, until again it is time to start another cycle, to be reborn, to live, and to die once more, and walk the vault above. And as our spirits stride among the stars, we touch their wondrous beauty, and know that their shining secret. And through it as each time we are reborn, we cannot remember the way of their crafting. Still the stars are marvelous, and their echoes haunt our dreams. And all that we do, all that we craft, is but an attempt to match their grace. For we believe that Elwyd gave that task to the dwarves, to touch the stars. Thus it was that Adon made Mythior, but it was Elwyd, his daughter, who placed the folk upon the land, and it was she who set before them the tasks that they are to fathom, and the mysteries that they are to resolve, or so the lore masters say. So for 12 days and 12 nights the dwarves had fasted, and pondered upon these enigmas, as well as history, and ancestors, and honor, and life, and death. Yet this annual quest was once more drawing to a close, for with the starlight invocation held at the mid of night on the longest night, the contemplation and fasting would come to an end, and 12 days of revelry and feasting would begin. And when these 12 days came to a close, forges and furnaces would be fired anew, ores mined, metals refined, and gems carved, and great craftings of arms, armor, jewels, tools, and other items of the dwarven industry would commence once more.